Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon and today we're back with another batch of leaks. And these are some of the most important leaks I think we can have as a community. And that is the new jets. Jets have been officially confirmed to me, so that is very good. And that is something that I teased about in my last video, but now it has officially been confirmed, so that is great. And of course, we do have to talk about some other stuff before we even get to the leaks, which are the most important part. But we do have to talk about the Japan versus the Soviet Union situation. So in my last video, I talked about how Japan and the Soviet Union are going to be having, well, essentially a campaign. It turns out that that campaign has already been in the testing since a month ago, and the new quote-unquote Tiger 1 tank, or the Japanese heavy tank number 6, could be either an event squad or a premium squad, so that's pretty cool if you ask me. But we know for a fact that the Japan versus the Soviet Union has been in the testing, and has been in the testing at least a month before. So without further ado, let's move on to the biggest leaks that I can ever tell you, and that is the new jets. Coming in are going to be the Me-262 and the various other jets that you can have, so this is a big bonus for Enlisted. I do think Enlisted is going towards a Cold War, and before we even jump ahead, we have to talk about what they are in terms of the leaks, and we have to start with Germany. In terms of Germany, we have the Me-262 with the 50mm autocannon on the nose of the Me-262. This is a German, essentially, jet with a 50mm cannon, and that is pretty devastating if you personally ask me. This plane is actually called the Narwhal and has a single 50mm cannon and 4 30mm guns, which is actually pretty insane if you ask me. And of course, it does not have any bombs, so that's that. Moving on, we have the regular Me-262. This is a regular Me-262 with just 4 30mm cannons, and that is already insane enough. The speed on both of these Me-262 are a respectable 1,000 kilometers per hour, so that's pretty decent. Moving on, in terms of the Germans, we also do have the BFW Jagdpanther G1. This is a German Jagdpanther that is essentially the same Jagdpanther that we have in the game as of right now, except for this one. The one I'm referring to is a premium, and this one is the tech tree version. So we're going to be getting the Jagdpanther for the tech tree. And to make it better, the tech tree variant, this one that just been leaked, is going to be coming in with more armor. To be exact, the whole armor is going to be 80, just almost an improvement on the premium Jagdpanther, so that's going to be good. Moving on for the United States and the United Kingdom, we have the Meteor and the F-80. The Meteor is going to be the tech tree variant, and it is essentially a British plane with 4 Hispano cannons and 2 1,000-pound bombs, so that's going to be very interesting. For the Americans, we have the F-80, and this is going to be the premium variant. Apparently, this has 6 12.7s and a lot of armament, for example, 8 H-bars and 2 1,000-pound bombs, so that's great. Moving on, we have the Soviets, and this is the Su-9. This is essentially the Su-9 that is essentially the copy of the Me-262, which should come as no surprise to everyone. As a matter of fact, in my personal opinion, I do think this is a better variant of the, well, Me-262. For starters, the max speed is pretty much the same. The armament has 2 23mm cannons and 37mm cannon in the nose, and of course, we have either 2 250kg bombs or a single 500kg bomb. In my personal opinion, I think this is better than the Me-262, and this is officially not a premium, so that's good. What is a premium is the Biker Squad for the Soviet Union, and let's be honest, the Biker Squad has been already leaked, so this is not big news. In terms for the Japanese, we have the Heavy Squad number 6 that is officially technically either a premium or an event squad, so that's good. And like the Soviets, the Biker Squad for the Japanese is also going to be a premium. And finally, our last jet on the list is the Kika. This is the Japanese version of the Me-262, and it is worse in almost every regard. And this is mainly because of the speed. The speed is 980, whereas the Me-262 is 1000. And it either has 1 or 2 30mm cannons, both of which have 50 rounds. And of course, if you only have 1 30mm cannon, that's only 50 rounds. In terms of suspended armament, you have either a single 500kg bomb or an 800kg bomb. So do of what you will. So to recap, this is the entire list of the leaks that we have. Most of them are good, and most of them I do have to raise an eyebrow, mainly of the fact that if we are going to be getting some Cold War stuff, i.e., well, this is early Cold War stuff, now my question is that we are definitely not going to be getting a smooth merge, in the sense that most content creators have suggested that we are going to be getting a separate Cold War battle match in which this Cold War stuff is going to only be fighting against the Cold War stuff, but from what I've been seeing right now in the image and in the leaks in front of me, I don't think that's the case. I do think that Enlisted is just going to do what War Thunder does, which is actually not that bad, but for some people who really value historical accuracy, such as me, I do think it could be slightly an issue in the sense that we might be having, in the future, some crazy stuff like the T-34 versus, well, let's say the Tiger 1. So that's that. In my personal opinion, this is not a bad idea, and I do think jets are eventually going to be coming, and we do know a date, and that date is going to be somewhere around April. But I do think Enlisted should put the Soviet and the Cold War stuff in their own tech tree. That is just my personal opinion, and if Enlisted just adds jets and do it what War Thunder does, it's not the end of the world. I would be a little bit disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. So that's that. In my personal opinion, this is all it. It's actually quite a good addition, so without further ado, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.